Today's topic, how to manifest a job. Today I want to show you how you can manifest a job by using the law of attraction. But I want to ask you a very important question before I dive right in and share all the techniques with you. I want to ask you, do you actually want the job? Or do you want to be your own boss? I know this might be an uncomfortable question and you might be asking yourself, hey Sebastian, I came here to learn how to manifest a job and now you're asking me this question, what's wrong with you? Well, what's wrong with me is that a lot of my Skype coaching clients who asked me for help when it comes to manifesting specific jobs, they then realized in the process that they don't even want a job and that actually they always dreamed about starting their own business. And if you are unsure about whether or not you want to manifest a job or a business or whatever you want to manifest, I'm happy to help you to figure out what you truly want to manifest and to then manifest it. And if you want to work with me as your manifestation coach, you can click on the second link in the description or go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/Skype and find out more about Skype coaching with me. But let's say you want a job. You are 100% sure you want a job. Then I ask you, what job do you want? Do you just want to have any job? Do you want to have terrible colleagues? Do you want to have a job where the boss doesn't respect you, where the boss harasses you, where the boss has no clue what he's doing? Of course not. You want to have a job in which you feel amazing. You want to have a job in which you can show your skills. You want to have a job in which you learn new skills. You want to have a job that gives you the necessary job experience to either then afterwards at some point get an even better job or to start your own business. You want to grow in the same way as you want to grow in a spiritual way. You want to grow when it comes to your job. And that's why I want you to be as specific as possible, because remember, right here and right now, we are not looking for a job in the physical realm. We are doing it from a spiritual perspective. I mean, yes, you will also take action in the physical realm, but more on that in just a minute. But for now, I want you to think about your job search, not in a traditional way of, hey, I'm going to go to this database, to this website, and I'm going to send 100 applications. I want you to think about it from a spiritual perspective. And if you, for example, do what most people do, then you will just get any job. I mean, most people, they think about it this way. I want to get a job. So what have I studied? I studied marketing. Okay. I want to get a job in the marketing department. And then over. I mean, some people, they even think a little bit further and they say, okay, I want to work in print marketing. I want to work in online marketing. I want to do event marketing. And that's already good. That's already specific. But that says absolutely nothing about your colleagues, about how you're respected, about how your boss treats you, about how you feel at your job. And that's why I want you to ask yourself not just, do I want this job or that job, or what kind of job do I want, but go straight into the feels. Remember, manifesting is all about feelings. It's all about becoming a vibrational match to what you want. So think about how you want to feel on your job, what your job position should include, what your benefits should include. I mean, even if it's just, for example, free lunch. Let's say you value food more than anything and you say, I want to have a delicious free lunch in the company that I want to work for. Remember, nothing is wrong. Whatever you want, you can manifest it. So think about, what would you want in your job? Do you want a certain number of vacation days? How do you want to feel while you're working? Do you want to be able to work while sitting or while standing? To be honest, for me nowadays, that would be a KO criteria. I love working while standing and while walking around. And right now I'm also recording this for you while standing. Sometimes I'm even walking or standing when I have a coaching. Sometimes I'm sitting. I'm just more creative and my brain cells are working better and the connection to the universe is better when I can move freely. So yes, these are all things that you can consider. And then think about your dream salary. But don't think about it for too long. Just write down the number that comes up for you. Write down the number that feels right. I mean, of course, if you, for example, let's say you want to work in an office job, you want to work in the marketing department, let's take this example, and you say, okay, I want to write down the salary of $7 million per day. Do you really believe it? Of course not. And if you don't believe it, then you won't receive it. But what is a salary where you can say it's high enough that it's really, really, let's say, hard to reach without the law of attraction, but easy to reach with the law of attraction. But it's at a point where I can say, yes, this is a realistic salary. I could actually manifest this. Then choose this salary as your base point. And then write down this salary. Write down this salary now. In the same way as Arnold Schwarzenegger always says, put that cookie down now. I will tell you, write that salary down now. Because you have to know what you want to earn. What are you worthy of? What is the work that you do worth? And always check how much resistance you have. Because sometimes you might want to write down a salary, but in the first couple of seconds of writing it down, you immediately feel this resistance, you feel tension, you feel pressure. Then it might not be the right salary. But if it's high enough that it's ambitious to reach, but at the same time you feel amazing while writing it down, that's your salary. And then write down your new life story. Write down how you feel. What do you do in a day? What do you do every day? What tasks do you do in a week? Or if you want to do it really simple and you don't want to overcomplicate things, then simply write down a day in your life. Or let's say a day of your life. In, off, what's grammatically correct? Doesn't matter. A day of your life where you write down exactly what you do. You could, for example, write down, I wake up in the morning feeling rested and feeling excited for the day. I can't wait to drive to work and to see my wonderful colleagues. I can't wait to improve, to learn new skills and to work with amazing people. Just as an example. You can then write down your own story. And if you combine this exercise with what you learn in Module 9 of the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program, then you will be unstoppable. And it will be so easy for you to see your job and to feel the emotions and to then become a vibrational match to what you want. And speaking of emotions, close your eyes and feel your new job. And a lot of people who I coached have an easier time with closing their eyes and feeling wealth and having the feeling of being rich. And a lot of them also have an easy time with feeling loved in a relationship. But because we often see our job as something that we just do 8 hours a day, but we are not really emotionally invested in it, a lot of my Skype coaching clients, at least before they started working with me, had some difficulties with visualizing their new job and with feeling the emotions. And if you can't feel the emotions that make you a vibrational match to your new job, then you also can't manifest it. And that's why it's so important that you practice feeling these emotions. And after listening to Module 9 of the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program, you will know exactly what to do and how to do it. And then I invite you to take action when the universe guides you to take action. I still remember the first job I ever got. Do you know what I did back then? And remember, back then I was at a very low level of consciousness. I had no idea about the law of attraction and I had no idea about manifesting. I think if I remember it correctly, that was right after college. I sent out 100 or even more than 100 applications. And as a result, do you know what I got? A terrible job. A job that I absolutely hated. A job that I quit 1 year later. And this continued and continued and continued. So much to physical action. I mean, yes, you can choose this path, that's what everyone does, and then you see those posts on Reddit where they say, I sent out 1,000 job applications, but I didn't receive one single offer. And years later, when I had already embarked on my spiritual journey, I had the impulse to walk into a university because I always wanted to work as a university lecturer. And I just walked in with my resume in my oversized suit, completely unqualified, at least in my opinion. And I was sweating like hell because I was wearing a suit and it was 35 degrees Celsius in Bangkok. I just walked into the university. I said, okay, I want to do this. I trust this will be great. I will get this job. Even though I had no idea about manifesting back then, that was just the start of my spiritual journey. And I just walked in and 2 weeks later, I had the contract. Now compare this to sending out 100 job applications and then getting a job that you absolutely hate. And by the way, I really loved that job. I loved working as a university teacher, but then at some point it was time to focus 100% on the multiple businesses that I have, and I had no longer time for teaching. That's why I quit this job, even though I absolutely loved it. So yes, spiritual action leads to way better results than to only focus on physical action. And if you trust the universe, then you don't have to take a lot of physical action. You will, for example, get the impulse to go to a bar where you then meet someone who knows the HR manager of a company that you will then work for. I hear these stories from my coaching clients all the time. I mean, if you, for example, go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/Skype, or you click on the second link in the description, and you then watch the testimonials from my amazing coaching clients who I've already coached, you will hear all kinds of manifestation stories. These things happen to them. And that's why I always say, when you have an impulse, follow this impulse. Of course, you have to distinguish between an impulse and an urge. If you, for example, now say to me, "Hey Sebastian, I got the impulse to go to the bar and I got completely hammered," that's not what the universe wants you to do. The universe wants you to follow an impulse that then leads you to your dream job. And if you let go of your obsession with time, then the universe can also take care of perfect timing. And module 10 of the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program teaches you how you can master the art of letting go and trusting the universe. And if you want to find out more about this program, the link is in the description. And the last and also very important, maybe even the most important point I want to mention, be grateful that you have the power to manifest your dream job. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And yes, I know one day you will be sick and tired of me mentioning it, but I want to mention it over and over again because it's so important. If you are grateful for your past jobs, if you are grateful for the experience you gained, if you are grateful for the skills that you already acquired, then it will be so easy for you to attract your new job, your dream job. And if you struggle with feeling grateful, you will love module 8 of the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program, in which I show you how to master the ultimate state of receivership. And once you've mastered this state, your life will turn into one never-ending miracle. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.